Morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising to my Libras. This is your love reading for August 2026. I don't know what that's saying about y'all. Listen, because that sounds horrible. I will say, sitting in your energy is pleasant because you guys are mostly always happy. And long as you're in your space, Let me say that. And we're in your space. I'm in your space actually. So it definitely is giving me this energy of comfort and peace. Now, when it comes to love, it's your title. They do want to know, are you speaking from your heart or are you speaking from habit? Is this the truth? I initially wanted to name your reading um, Love, Love Bombing. And Spirit was like, nah, that's too simple. And that's going to definitely let people know or potentially run away from it. Because Libras, you're not going to admit it. You're not going to admit it. Right before I came on, it was something about that wasn't smooth. That wasn't smooth at all. And I was like, what? It was like, that wasn't smooth at all. And so there was this constant, you guys are the captains, the kings, the queens, the whatever you want to call it, of words of affirmation as far as a love language. You know how to, and that's not just in love, that's just in relationships, partnerships overall. You're going to give people their kudos. However, when it comes to this love scenario this month in August, it does seem that some people are questioning it. Is it honest? Is it true? Are you just doing it? It's starting to sound robotic, routine. When I first heard it, it was um, somebody had done something for someone, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're the best. You did da da, you did da da," and it just kept like in English, sounding like a run-on sentence. Just when are you gonna stop? When are you gonna? Do they need to say something in return in order for you to be acknowledged with what you have done to acknowledge them? It's getting to that point where, okay, I got this. I love you to the moon and back. I love you past the stars. And it's like a competition in your own love life. I don't know if this is for my couples or what, but that's the energy I was getting. I'm like, okay, listen. It's not that I don't love you equally or the same, but you may even have some people questioning that. Damn, do they love me more? Is that okay? So there are going to be many of you faced with this potential to question someone's love in the month of August. It doesn't have to be someone you are in a relationship with, but it could just be you trying to determine if the words of endearment are honest. All right, so let's jump into your cards because I want to ensure we capture the whole message. But um, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to God's Divine Reflections. Around here, I don't chase messages. Spirit sets the agenda. I simply listen and relay them. These are intuitive collective love readings. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay? Now, it was like I stated in the beginning, love is asking, are you speaking from your heart or from habit? Now, because somebody loves the way you talk, but they're starting to question if you even mean it. They love it. That's what they fell in love with in the first place. But now it's like, wait a minute. They're starting to hear you use certain phrases or significant phrases they thought were for you just you two, something unique with others. And it may not be anybody like, it's like maybe a friend or a child, but that shouldn't be mistaken for any kind of jealousy, right? But it could become that way. When you don't have anything significant between the two of you, it's like, wait a minute. What do I have a nickname? Like, do you have a nickname for me? Because you have a nickname for everybody else. So I don't know if maybe your person who's connected to you is just starting to be a little bit unreasonable. Maybe they're new, they're just getting in, and we're gonna see because we're gonna dive into the cards and let them speak and tell us what's going on. But someone definitely feels like you are love bombing. So words of affection, love language may be verbal affirmation for you, but it's compliments, it's constant praise, it's reassurance, nonetheless. You're the best, you're beautiful, you're amazing. Girl, you fine. Like all the time. All the time. I mean, I don't know if this is just something the other person's not used to. They never really got it. And so now it does appear that it's a lot. But the partner may begin wondering, do you say this to everybody? Is this your line? Like, is this your thing? Is this your MO and not just the relationship we share? Does it still mean something? Like, has it gotten old? Like, is it just practice, basically? Is this just habit now? Okay, so I have your oracle. New beginning. That must be what this is. It could be. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Okay, Libra, in the month of August. So embrace this new love. Go for it. If this is you with all the words of endearment, go for it. If I had to choose anything, I would choose more of the positive than the negative. And we're going to dive in a little deeper. I know this is a collective message. Everybody's story is going to be different. Like I said in the beginning, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I believe that there's going to be a good bit of people who feel either one or two things is happening. This is a new love, and they're not used to the words of endearment, the encouragement, what you give is just new to them. They got to either get used to it or get out and let somebody else appreciate it. Or you have someone old you've been with for quite some time, and they're now starting to question the endearment. Not that things are supposed to change, but it's like they feel like we've been going for some time and you have never stopped. It's something maybe you do specifically. I don't know if you bring them to breakfast, something routine that if it were to be missing, they'll be like, hold on, something going on around here. But I don't know if that's what's happened or if they're just like, I don't know, getting tired of it. But they don't know if it's sincere anymore or you're just doing this out of habit. You know how your parents start embedding in you long before you can, start your own routines. Get up, say your prayers, make sure you give mom a kiss and a hug and a whatever, right? That's probably what you've carried on into this relationship, and it's okay. So maybe this is just a conversation for your significant other, but let's go ahead and jump into the cards because they're hiding. They're definitely hiding. So I'm going to pull a past, present, and future for you, and then a past, present, and future card for the other. Now for my singles, because I know there's going to be singles who come. Everybody want to do it this month. I'm going to let y'all do it. It is. I'm using it as clarified. There is going to be a context to this that's still shared. There is going to be new beginning opportunities or new love beginning opportunities for you in the month of August, right? Be careful that you may even find somebody who matches your energy and gives you just as much not self-affirmation, love affirmation and accolades back. Now, could you handle that? That's what I wonder. And that's where I got that competition from earlier on. It was like, okay, I love you to the moon and back. I love you past the stars. I love you all the way. How far can you go? And it's one of those things where at first it was a game, and now it's one of those things where it's like, now hold on. It's getting a little, what are you doing? It's being questioned. All right. So let's see if it's being done innocently. So, and it just, because this is a new love, want to make sure this is honest words of affirmation. But you start off and take the roles as you need them. There's going to be an energy that I initially start off saying, hey, this is your energy coming up. And it's going to be one storyline. And then the other energy of the other person. But I've had in the past where people are like, well, no, I'm the one who's then this is your lane and this is yours. You could even have shared energy out of both. So let's get into the past for you, potentially. Romantic gesture, Knight of Cups. I would bet everything that this is. Because what this is, words of affirmation. You see? Kisses. It's like they're having a cup of coffee together. Routine, romantic gesture. This is your past. I don't believe. So let's ask this. Is there something missing out of that routine now they're questioning as of August? Okay, because we're already here. So are you running out the house, giving a kiss, giving a whatever, and y'all not having a coffee anymore? Because guess what's in the present? The Nine of Pentacles. Independence. All by themselves, sitting out watching the sun rise or set, right? So I would probably switch these. That's why I explained it in the beginning. Maybe they were hip to the words of affirmation, all in it, doing the coffee thing, and now they're running out. They're too busy, and they're doing more things independently. Okay? And you've recognized it. You're like, wait a minute, that nigga didn't tell me I love you back. I caught that. So, before I move on into the future and your clarifier, let's see what the other energy is showing. And this is interesting because I'm gonna leave that there because that was not King of Swords, Seven of Swords. And I think I switched these. So the King of Swords is someone who is cold, serious. They think instead of feel. They're really not emotional. And when I tell you these signs and the sign that could be connected to this, you'll get it, but not yet. Reasons: authority, cutthroat, discipline, however, high standards, strict, analytical, logical. So you may be connected to someone who has no physical, not physical connection, but that's not their love language. You are the touchy feely. You are the let's sit down, kiss, hold hands type shit, but they are not this. And so this is not Libra's energy unless you've come to this point, right? But and you are dating another Libra. So that would be very rare, but I'm not saying it can't happen. But in the present energy for this person, there's Seven of Swords, sneaky, deception, hiding, scheming. Is this you or is this them? Not to say Libras can't be sneaky, because I'm not gonna take every energy of this card. It's gonna line up with certain energies for everybody's story. But this also could be just strategy, um, uh, cunning, but it's lies, it's dishonest. Now, Libras can be liars too. Okay? And so a love affair, sparing feelings, and our suspicions. That's in the present. So now the Knight of Cups, maybe at some point you have given up and gone into more of this independence because you were given a love of affection and emotions. You are now giving just the bare minimum. They have now noticed this, and there could be a potential where either they suspect a love affair or one has come in. With the independence, I don't think that that's the case. Maybe they are just, maybe it's them, honestly. Hmm, that looks interesting because they're the ones suspecting it. And since they got two clarifying cards, I'm going to pull it. But they actually had a few. So, in the future for you is defense mechanism. You, them, whomever, but the person who started out with the romantic gestures, the independence, well, started out with the romantic gestures, all the love and affirmation, has moved into this current energy of just independence and wanting to be alone. Now, that's not a good look, right? It is a Pentacles energy. Maybe that you're doing some more grounding, just trying to find some balance. Maybe it's you're questioning you first before you go to them. But in the future, there's this energy of a defense mechanism that could occur with the Seven of Wands. You put your defenses up. Maybe they start to come and accuse you because I'm gonna go to that in a minute. But to clarify that energy, it's like a soul searching hermit, more independent energy, a bigger independent energy. You become cold and look at this guy. He's sitting. It's like the Iceman, soul searching, alone, obviously. So does this person turn you cold? I just got a message from someone, and it's a person who I was talking to in regards to her relationship. We've talked about it a long time. And me and another person next to her, and she was getting really good feedback from us and taking it in. But just because you listen don't mean you act. And what's happening is both people around her, and I think it's more than just us, we just know how to express it properly to her without being or taking an offense, judging her. That's your love life, sis. But she's turned cold when that's not her MO. He was. But you take on the person's energy that you're with if you don't disconnect. You can keep saying, "Oh, girl, that's him. Oh, girl, that's her. That's not me. That's her." But you are too. You don't answer your phone sometimes. You got D&D on your phone, and you with the person who have everybody at your house. You are like that's what could come if you don't make the right choice. So I'm not telling you to change your words of affirmation or how you love. You just need to change who you're loving or turning to love to. Somebody else had a message similar to that. So the new beginnings for some of my, why did I say Virgo? They're in here. Libras was a new beginning. Okay, so what is the future energy for the other person, potentially you? Innocence, nostalgia, memories, children, fantasy, the past, but also purity and past love. Mhm. To clarify that, it does appear there is this energy of leaving behind conflict, moving on, distancing, accepting lessons, understanding, reconciling, forgiving, after a fight, turning their back. But another one came out, the death card. Endings, transformations, letting go. So I don't think we need, and then healing and recovery try to, but we don't need anymore. And I think that what might happen is one of these energies may question the end before they let go. Too much so that like they literally got the paper saying, I want a divorce. And you're like, no, no. We could fix this. I don't now see that's where the healing and recovery came in. We could fix this. And maybe it's even them. But there does appear to be for some, and this could be a very small few, the person who's cold, the person who's lying, the person who's possibly cheating has gone back to an ex that they may have a kid with. That's the shit. I don't know when they turn cold or if they just turn cold because I would really doubt that this has been something ongoing for so long that you was with this cold person all this time. I think they've recently come to become a cold person, which was one of your first signs, right? And now that's where the words of endearment, affection is not being accepted, and the running out or the avoidance is what I was getting. It's happening because they're giving it to someone else. They usually give it to you, and now you're turning cold because you're trying to save this, and that's not it. So let's go ahead, and that is just for those who are couple. For those who are single, okay, maybe that's a good thing at this time. That is not only if you're having love complications or questions. I'm not going. If you're not coming here for love, you shouldn't even be watching this. You should be in generals or career, money, and wealth. So, in the instance that you are single, it's saying it. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, independence, independence. You can turn cold if you don't start something new. But be careful. That's all this other line would be, because you could meet someone who is cold, analytical, and is from your past, right? But they have kids and they have a past too. So be careful with that. Now, this is, I'm gonna bring up the people only real quick because you have one, two, three, four, five. Damn. And you're supposed to have 6 cards on this spread, but you have 9. So Pisces, Virgo again, Aquarius, I gotta sneeze, and Scorpio. I think I was trying to say Scorpio in your reading earlier. What was it, Pisces? I can't remember. I have to run it back. But let's put on your oracle to close because if there were any question on what energies look positive, what looks negative, the Virgo, that's either or. That's going to be different for different people. The Pisces looks positive. The Aquarius, not so much. They're not accepting this. They do. They're definitely the cold and analytical person for sure. Oh, why are you in my seat? Get out of my. So the Scorpio, not so much either. And I would have guessed that maybe because they love affection. But there was a storyline with the Scorpios in love. If you go and check their love reading out, where there is some affection stuff going on that could be physical. What do you have? This is why I put you in your kennel because you'd be back here doing crap, and I don't know what the child might have left on the floor. Shit. Anywho, sorry y'all, animals. If it's not the kids, it's the damn pets. So in closing, fair male in reverse though, and it came, and I read reversals here, y'all, because there's blocks there for need for extra paying attention. So this fair male is coming up. Let me show it to you in the upright. And this is just someone who's light skinned, and don't take it just for male, but they may be a female with masculine energy, like the Aquarius. They are masculine. If they're women. If it's a man, if it's a man, and a woman, like I said, they're going to be fair skinned, more on the lighter side. They may be blonde or have like reddish or a color to their hair. They or might like to wear it that way. Anyway, it could be short. They may have newly cut their hair. They could be of any age. This is not any age group here. I'm seeing this could be no significant age. This man is very important, or this could be you. So, but there's blockages to if it's you, your love life first and foremost. But if this is the other person, I think that for my singles, you have someone on your radar, and this could be your message to say no, or no, stay away. He's blocked. if he's any of these signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, and potentially a Virgo, I would probably get a second opinion. Like at the doctor's office, get a love therapist. Anyway, so this is your reading for the month of love reading for the month of August, Libra. Don't forget to check out your generals. They've been posted last week. If you have any cross-watching energy in any of these, even if they weren't mentioned and their love has been posted, most of them have already. Check those out. Also check us out on TikTok, where we post little reels and we do more interaction there. And we will be going live at some point in the upcoming week or so. Should be both here on YouTube and TikTok, and I'll be answering questions that you ask. So stay tuned for that. So keep your notifications on. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if any of this resonates with you, let me know down in the comments. Um, we'll be back next week for money, career, and wealth, where we'll see what's changing financially for each sign. But until then, love and light. This is Goddess Divine Reflection.